Ever wondered which are the top 10 biggest aircraft carriers in the world in 2024? Well, buckle up because we're about to embark on a journey as big as the carriers themselves. This isn't just another list of gigantic ships, it's a voyage into the world of naval giants where size, capacity, and technological advancements form the backbone of a nation's naval prowess. These floating air bases are more than just vessels, they're symbols of prestige and power, carrying the weight of a nation's defense on their broad decks. From the Far East to the Western Hemisphere, these carriers crisscross the world's oceans, casting long shadows over the waves. The size of these behemoths is matched only by their capacity to host various aircraft, and their technological advancements are nothing short of jaw-dropping. So are you ready to plunge into this ocean of knowledge? Better prepare your sea legs because we're diving in. In our 10th spot, we have a carrier from the land of the rising sun. No, it's not Godzilla, but it's just as impressive. This Japanese marvel isn't rampaging through Tokyo, but it's certainly making waves. With its impressive size and capacity, it's a floating airbase that's ready to take on any challenge. This isn't your average sushi bar, folks. This aircraft carrier is packed with state-of-the-art technology, boasting an array of features that make it a formidable presence on the high seas, and while it's not spewing atomic breath or battling giant monsters, it's capable of deploying various aircraft faster than you can say tempura. So while it may not be Godzilla, it could certainly give him a run for his money. Now that's what I call a sushi roll of a different kind. At number 9 we have the Italian stallion of the seas. And no, it's not a gondola on steroids. Brace yourself for Italy's own, the Cavour, a marvel of maritime engineering. Don't let its name fool you, it's more than just an Italian charm. With a full-length flight deck, this vessel can carry and deploy a variety of aircraft, making it a floating airbase. The Cavour boasts an impressive displacement of 27,000 tons, and stretches 244 meters in length. That's roughly the same as 27 gondolas lined up end to end, and with a maximum speed of 16 knots, it could certainly leave the gondoliers of Venice in its wake. In terms of firepower, it's no slouch either. Its arsenal includes short takeoff and vertical landing aircraft as well as helicopters, making it a formidable presence on the high seas. So, while it's not exactly a gondola, it could certainly make the Venetian canals look like a kiddie pool. Mamma mia, that's one big ship! Coming in at number 8, from the land of vodka and bears, we have a beast that's not afraid of the cold. The Russian aircraft carrier, the Kuznetsov class, is a sight to behold. It's currently out of service for repair and refit, but don't let that fool you. This carrier is a giant in its own right, with an impressive size and capacity that could make even the biggest grizzly bear blush. But it's not just about size here. The Kuznetsov has some special features that really make it stand out. For starters, it's equipped with a full-length flight deck capable of carrying and deploying various aircraft. It's like a floating fortress, ready to take on any challenge that comes its way. And here's a fun fact for you. While it's not actually a bear, the Kuznetsov could certainly outswim one in the Arctic seas. That's right, this beast has been built to withstand the harshest of climates, making it a true symbol of Russian resilience. So next time you're in a trivia battle and the topic is aircraft carriers, remember the Russian bear, because while it may not be the biggest, it's certainly one of the most formidable. Now that's a Cold War weapon of a different kind. At number 7, from the land of spices and elephants, we have a carrier that's as big as its country's love for cricket. Meet the INS Vikrant, India's first indigenous aircraft carrier. She's no elephant, but boy can she make a splash. This beauty is set to be commissioned soon, and she's a powerhouse. Weighing in at a whopping 40,000 tons, she stretches 260 meters from bow to stern. That's longer than 2.5 football fields. Imagine trying to park that in your driveway. Now let's talk power. The INS Vikrant can reach speeds of up to 28 knots. That's faster than a cheetah can run. And with a capacity to carry over 30 aircraft, the Vikrant is truly a floating airbase. Just imagine a swarm of aircraft buzzing from this behemoth. And if you're wondering about her name, Vikrant means courageous in Sanskrit. Quite fitting for a ship of her stature, don't you think? So, she might not be an elephant, but with her size, power, and capabilities, the INS Vikrant is sure to make a splash, just like an elephant diving into a river. Now that's a curry of a different kind. Coming in at number 6, from the land of the Queen and Tea, we have a ship that's as big as the British Empire. Meet the British Bulldog of the Seas, the Queen Elizabeth-class carriers. These behemoths are among the 3rd largest in the world, making them a truly commanding presence. They're not just about size though, these carriers are fully equipped with state-of-the-art technology and can deploy a wide range of aircraft, making them versatile and formidable. It's like having a floating city, only this one has wings and can pack quite a punch. And here's a fun thought. While it's not exactly a bulldog, you can bet it can bark. Or should we say, roar louder than one. After all, who needs a bark when you have supersonic fighter jets? Now that's a cup of tea of a different kind. At number 5, from the land of the Great Wall and Dragons, we have a carrier that's as big as China's ambition. Soaring high and mighty in our countdown is the Chinese aircraft carrier, the Fujian. This beast of the seas is China's third aircraft carrier, adding some serious muscle to the Middle Kingdom's naval prowess. Now, don't let the name fool you. The Fujian may not be an actual dragon, but with its full-length flight deck capable of deploying a range of aircraft, it can certainly breathe fire like one. This floating airbase is a testament to China's growing naval capabilities and its ambition to make its presence felt on the global stage. Did you hear about the Fujian's party trick? It's not spitting fire or flying, but it can do a pretty impressive vanishing act. Yes, you heard that right. It's got a stealth technology that can make it disappear from radar. Now that's a dragon trick if I've ever heard one. Now that's a fortune cookie of a different kind. And finally, from the land of the free and the home of the brave, we have not one, not two, but 4 carriers that top our list. Buckle up, folks, we're heading over to the United States, the reigning champion of the aircraft carrier game. Let's start with the most prominent player on the US team, the USS Gerald R. Ford. This behemoth of the sea is the largest aircraft carrier in the world, a floating airbase with a full-length flight deck. Now that's what we call a Ford-tough commitment to power and prestige. Next up we have the 10 Nimitz-class carriers. These carriers are not just ships, they're more like floating cities. With their impressive size and capabilities, they certainly put the Nimitz in daunting. Now you might wonder, why does the US have so many carriers? Well, it's like having your favorite pairs of shoes. One for every occasion and a couple of extras just in case. But it's not just about the numbers. Each of these carriers is equipped with state-of-the-art technology and can carry and deploy a wide variety of aircraft. Talk about having a few tricks up your sleeve. And here's a fun fact for you. Even though they're called carriers, they can't actually carry your groceries, but they can certainly carry the pride and power of the US Navy across the 7 seas, soaring higher than any eagle could dream of. Now that's what I call a bird of prey. In the world of aircraft carriers, the American Eagle continues to soar high, its wings spanning the globe, embodying the spirit of freedom and power. With these carriers at the helm, it's clear that the US Navy isn't just playing in the big leagues, they're defining them. Now that's a star-spangled banner of a different kind. Well, there you have it. The top 10 biggest aircraft carriers in the world in 2024. From the colossal American Eagle to the majestic Chinese Dragon, and not forgetting the formidable Russian Bear, we've seen them all. These floating fortresses aren't just military marvels, they're symbols of national power and prestige. Imagine if we could transform these giants into floating cities. The Italian Stallion could be the next Venice, and the Indian Elephant might just be the biggest floating bazaar you've ever seen. The British Bulldog could host a tea party like no other, while the Giant of the East could become a futuristic city of technology. But let's not forget, these are powerful symbols of military might, not vacation destinations. Although, wouldn't it be something to see a beach resort on the deck of the American Eagle? In the world of aircraft carriers, being big is more than just a bragging right. It's about capacity, functionality, and sheer awe-inspiring presence. Remember, size does matter, at least when it comes to aircraft carriers.